Clark?
Yes.
Hello, Mrs. Clark?
Yes.
Hey, Corporal Patterson was wanting to speak with you again. Hang on 1 second, I'll connect you.
Okay.
Hey, Corporal Patterson, you're on with Mrs. Clark now. Go ahead.
Hi, Miss Clark.
Yes.
Miss Clark.
Yes. You can't hear me? My phone's hacked. I haven't been able to get law enforcement. My
Okay.
phone's hacked.
What can I assist you with right now?
Your corporal, what's your name?
Patterson.
Okay, and your badge number.
232.
Okay, I would like to address, I think that there's misconduct with the dispatchers. That's probably why you guys have a lack of communication. But I got an email stating that my abuser likes for me to repeat myself over and over, and he enlists everyone he can to be in cahoots with it. So they scan that everyone
I
is
know
in
that
this.
Sergeant Vandergrift came out and spoke with you previously.
Yeah, there's crimes that happen to me to like 10 times a day. There's been another crime. There's been another crime.
I'm going to recommend that you need to come up to the sheriff's office and file a formal complaint.
I'm not able to speak. That's not what I'm communicating.
Further action on the part of the sheriff's office.
I've noticed a strategy of people putting words in my mouth to conceal crimes.
Is there anything else that I can help you with today, ma'am?
Yes, can I speak?
If you're expressing discontent.
No, that's not. Can I speak?
If you're wanting to report the sheriff's office with our dispatchers or anybody that you've come out and
Okay.
Receive law enforcement services.
Okay, can I
you're gonna
speak?
need to come
Can I speak?
to file a complaint with our internal affairs investigation, okay?
Okay, can I speak? That's not everything that's going on.
Okay. If it has to do with the dispatchers, I'm going to again refer you to coming up to the sheriff's office and doing that. So is there anything other than your statements regarding the dispatchers?
I just like to be able to freely get, feedback. You are not tampering with evidence, right? Because that is a felony.
Okay. So again, if you're wanting to give feedback or file a complaint regarding our dispatchers or anybody, you need to come up to the office in person.
No, I'm just trying to. Am I able to communicate? Am I able to communicate? Because this is actually a form of like a domestic violence. Because what's happening?
Domestic violence, ma'am. Again?
Yeah, you can look it up. A lot of people don't know domestic violence has a psychological component of it, and what strategies to cause emotional distress.
I'm going to refer you to proper channels. I understand you. We can agree to disagree.
I'm just not able to speak. I'm just not really getting clarity on why you would call. And would this be criminal if you're talking during my report demanding that I said something that I didn't say as a strategy to keep me from law enforcement year after year?
I'm not demanding you say anything that you didn't say at all.
Well, then you're not letting me speak. You're demanding. A lot of people have the same kind of attitude. You're demanding that I'm trying to communicate something that I'm telling you that I'm not trying to tell you. And I've noticed a lot of people use that as a strategy for like psychological damage. It's a form of abuse that I'm trying to communicate.
Okay, well, Ms. Clark, I understand that numerous deputies have spoken with you today, recently, including Sergeant Vandergrift.
Another crime was being committed. Another crime just happened. Another crime just happened, sir. Are you depriving me of law enforcement? Is that a felony? A crime was committed. You don't know what it was.
The crime that is being committed that you're expressing is your discontent with
No,
communication?
I'm not able to speak. That's not the crime that was just committed.
That is the same thing you said the last 3
No
minutes.
crime. I haven't talked to anyone. I haven't reported the crime. I'm trying to report it now, and you're covering for it, which is a felony.
Okay. What offense are you reporting right now?
I just got a fake email, and then I have another fake email where someone's saying that they had put a case on me. And by you not coming to look at the email, that's a felony crime.
That is not a felony crime.
That is tamper with evidence. That's a felony because if someone has put fake information in there, those fake altering web pages and those emails, that's criminal. And for you not to investigate it is criminal as well.
I would definitely recommend reviewing tampering, fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair.
No, if they're faking to be law enforcement and sending me an email with the law enforcement logo, that's a crime.
I understand that Sergeant Vandergrift already addressed those emails.
No, he hasn't. I haven't. That's not true. That's a false report. That's another crime. Making a false report is criminal. It just happened it happened after I speak with Sergeant Vandergrift. That's a blatant lie, and making false reports is criminal. Making a false report is criminal, and I don't know why law enforcement covers for these crimes repeatedly committing to me, which is a felony. You can't see the email if you don't come out covering for it.
You have a good night, and if you have any disagreements or any complaints with The sheriff's office or our dispatchers, please come in person between normal business hours between 8 and 5, Monday through Friday. If there's anything else I can help you with, please give us a call back. You have a good night, man.
They have to cover for those emails and those crimes.
County Sheriff's Office. For jail, press 1. For dispatch, press 2. Victoria County Sheriff's Office, this is Linda.
Yes, Linda. Yes, is it a crime that police can that to be for me to repeatedly be deprived of law enforcement in crisis situations, for all kind of departments to deliberately leave me in my abuser's abuse?
What do you mean? Is that a crime?
Yeah, if my abuser's buying off the local law enforcement everywhere I live, and leave me in his abuse and strategize to leave me in abuse, would that be criminal for all those departments? Because it keeps happening.
I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay, so if you're dispatched for a police department and you're not sure what's really a crime?
Yeah. There's very specific definitions.
Okay, so if someone, everywhere I live...
I would advise you to contact an attorney because they're very well schooled on the law and would give you the best advice.
Well, here's the thing, but if you're scamming that you're law enforcement and you don't know how to enforce laws and only enforce crimes, so if law enforcement to keep themselves out of prison, they scam that they don't know the law, therefore they can't investigate crimes.
Ms. Clark, I'm not a peace officer.
Okay, so I would like to get information on what to do with law enforcement being bought off each location I live to conceal my abuser's crime year after year, leaving me in danger.
Well, that I'm not sure about.
Well, I'm calling law enforcement. And by you depriving me of law enforcement and never seeing accountability for it, I just really don't know how to handle it year after year because I think I've been through it long enough. So calling law enforcement that does not know laws or how to abide by the law, does that just put my safety at risk? If law enforcement
I assure you, the peace officers, the licensed peace officers know the law.
Okay, well, I just want to find out what to do about my abuser repeatedly buying off law enforcement to commit crimes to cover for his crimes.
If you feel like you're being penalized,
I want to be able to get an answer right now. I want to know why law enforcement is strategizing abuse when my abuser's mad, psychological abuse and torment. I would like to be able to address what I need to do because I don't have means for transportation. I don't have rights.
I would advise you, if you're not satisfied with the assistance that the corporal gave you earlier, you probably want to contact him.
No, just give me another party because the corporal's committing a crime and I don't know what to do. They're covering for these emails, which is a felony.
And they're sugarcoating it. Crime is being submitted.
That's what a crime is being committed. If they're tampered with evidence and they know that my abuser has emails saying that he's bought them and had meetings with them and paid them off, and then they don't want to look at it to cover for the crimes that they're taking bribes, and then people deliberately talk to tamper with evidence and try to strategize and help people are dumb and not realizing that they're racking up all kind of felonies for themselves year after year. So you're bought off, each location is bought off, and to disrespect, violate, and harass me on these calls, dispatch sends out criminals every single time.
You can't tamper with evidence through a phone call.
That's tampered with evidence because they won't come.
That would be their call, not mine.
No, you're dispatching now. You're having me speak with criminals. That's prearranged. That is your call. You're in cahoots. Because you're making sure you're dispatching out people that cover for my abuser. You are in cahoots.
Again, earlier you said I was in cahoots. There's no cahoots.
Your behavior is in cahoots because you scammed that you sent someone, you gave me someone that you knew that would conceal crimes. That makes you a conspirator. There are so many people in law enforcement that won't tamper with evidence. But I can't alleviate these dispatchers that dispatch out criminals and have me speak with criminals every single time. That leaves me trapped year after year and in danger.
Okay, I don't appreciate you calling me.
I'm calling the police department. I don't know what to do because I don't know why you're using as a scapegoat, as an alibi that you're actively committing a crime. I mean, you're blaming me for your crime as a strategy to deny law enforcement. You are committing a crime, ma'am. You're committing a crime.
Defaming my character.
No, you're committing active crime by you denying me law enforcement to report this email as criminal.
You on that subject.
You're committing a crime actively, and I don't know what to do when law enforcement will deprive me of law enforcement to conceal their crime.
For defamation.
That you're committing a crime. You are committing a crime by not letting me report this email. It's not defamation; it's the truth. You're actively committing a crime.
I'm gonna have my attorney contact you if you could.
You don't need to. That's part of harassment, trying to cause fear and torment. That's part of harassment too. So no longer are you committing a crime with tamper with evidence. You're also committing a crime of harassment and torment. And you're trying to strategize in an avenue to terrorize me for reporting this man's crime.
My character as a
That's a blatant lie, ma'am, and this is criminal, and I wish that you guys got your charges. I think they sent it. I think that they're abusing power, and they wanted me to be in psychological abuse, and therefore they have to cover for their own behind because it has the police logo. So they're all in cahoots together and just really don't see accountability. So I've had some laughter, and it's just unrelenting. You know, I don't know how much more to beg for my life. You think that going through this, but like in The Evil Lives Here, that people actually live every single day and just in a massive amount of torment. They couldn't normalize it, but that's what they experience. The person that wanted them traumatized everything when they were present, they just wanted them traumatized so they can just get their high. That's just what they were, how they were. They needed to see them in psychological distress second for second. When I'm asleep, text, all kind of different things, notifications. They just have to. I don't even know how he knows, even with the voyeurism crimes. If he has a family, is he law enforcement demanding it? Does he have someone on the clock watching me in here? And anytime they see peace, because it always happens. A text, call, but something, email. That's why I just said, forget it. I'm cutting my phone off. I can't get law enforcement. Then I got put out. You will take my abuse. So just like, if I had rights, I like to have the American dream. I'd like to be able to read. I like to be able to have peace. I like to have stability, and I like to be able to progress in life. And I like to not be, mistreated. If I had rights, I'd like to be able to exit crisis situations and exit someone that likes to violate me. I like to be able to say this person drove her car at me. I don't deserve it. I like to be able to say this person needs accountability for trying to break into a bathroom I'm using. I like to be able to say that this man don't need to threaten me. I like to be able to say she don't need to get in the bath shower with me in Austin. I like to be able to say at the sober living environment that I was railroaded to go into, getting violated with no drug addiction. I like to say someone don't need to get in the bed with me and strangle me, and I can't call law enforcement, so it freaked people around me, so they did. I like to be able to be treated like that, but like the people in this video, we just don't have that. You have to take it. There's no choice. You will get burned with the iron like these kids. You will be beat. I won't feed you. That's that mentality. You will have to take it. They took her to jail, but law enforcement is held in cahoots with this. She went to jail. So the lady here, she don't want me to know if they're authentic. They have more power than me. They want me to sit and marinate, and I have to be terrorized. There's just no other choice. Year after year, all these videos. What is it, 3,000? In the 10-year time frame plus. It was going on before I even knew what was going on. He gets his way. They get their way year after year. She's in that same, rack up all kind of countless felonies. They get their way. They will, like the email said, they will be heard. No exceptions.